Management Association, office bearers, faculty members, support staff of CMA office, students from various B schools. Very good evening, all present in this virtual platform. It gives me great pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to our guest of honor on this 466th Monday Musings meeting. Today we have a very interesting guest amidst us, Mr. Justin Babu. As we have seen his profile in the invitation, an illustrious trainer, motivational speaker, strategic thinker, and he has got more than 30 years of experience in learning and development domain, specifically related to organization development. Hope you all have read the content given in the invitation. He has got core competencies in, as his profile goes, in design thinking, and he has done several training programs related to leadership, individual development for organizations, as well as faculty development program. As it goes, he has diverse experience also across several industries like IT, finance, aerospace, telecom, shipping, automobile, retail, breweries, manufacturing, educational institutions. And he is very passionate about the work space. And he has, so it's given a list of activities in which he generally involves himself, like team building, leadership excellence, law of attraction, psychometric assessor, inbound and outbound experiential learning, laughter therapist, fire walking, broken glass walking. And he's also a traveler, and he has traveled to more than 36 countries. And as such, traveling to several countries, he has got the cross-cultural sensitization, and so that experience also he has converted into a program, and he has shared his experiences to several corporates such as Hindustan Unilever, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, ICICI, IOC, Oracle, Cognizant, etc. So with these few words, I would like to extend a hearty welcome to our speaker of this evening, Mr. Justin. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti, and good evening, CMA office bearers and ladies and gentlemen. Malai Vanakkam. The first question to you all is, how are you all today? You can type your answer in the chat box. How are you all today? நீங்கள் எப்படி இருக்கிறீர்கள்? No type. Okay. Can I have few faces on camera? That's a motivation for me, right? So can you switch on your cameras, few of you? Wonderful. People are trying. Great. Super. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And as the header goes, crafting joyful and happy workplaces. Joyful and happiness is not only for workplaces, right? So life has got 3 dimensions to it. Life has got 3 dimensions to it. Number 1 is our personal dimension. Our personal life is there, isn't it? Yes, no? Yeah? Some people thinking it was there, right? Personal life is there, right? And next goes our professional life. And for the students, the professional life is your education system as of now, right? You are getting ready for your professional life, going through the education system, right? So ready to face the world professionally. However, it is important, personal, professional, and there is one more dimension to life. There's one more dimension. Can anyone type it on the chat box or unmute and say, what is that one more dimension to life? Personal, professional, and you can unmute and say. You should communicate like popcorns.
Spiritual.
Spiritual. All right. This is again starting with the alphabet S. Alphabet S. Spiritual. Okay. We can always bring that category under the personal life. Okay. Right. There's one more dimension. What could that be? Starts with the S. The second letter is O.
Social.
Super. Let's give her a big hand. If I was in the classroom, you would have received a chocolate. Wonderful, wonderful. So these are the three dimensions, broad dimensions of our life: personal, professional, and social. Under these three dimensions of life, crafting joyful and happy workplaces is a 2-day workshop. And today I'm going to give you some tips in terms of the foundation tips, which if you could drive that in your lives as a professional or as a student or as a leadership team or a business head, right? It applies to everyone. And that first tip is the 3 C's. I would certainly recommend you have a notebook and a pen to make a note of it, because I'm not a PPT guy. I'm not going to show you any PPT because I'm not good at virtual. I'm an experiential learner in a face-to-face, right? So please make a note of these things. 3 C's. 3 C's. The first C, I'm typing in the chat box. What is that? Connect. The connect. Now, connect means what? What does that mean? You can type in or unmute and speak. Connect. What do we mean by connect? Let's make it a little interactive, so that it becomes, it's a two-way traffic. It's not like 1 hour you're going to listen to me, right? What do we mean by connect? Networking, wonderful. Saravanan Lingamurthy, superb. Well, connect is something, first, it should start with the us. How well have we connected with ourselves? How well have we connected with ourselves? What is our connect between our mind and body? How well they are in synchronization. There starts the joy and happiness. If the mind and body is connected well. So I will give you a few tips in terms of starting your day, right? Some of you might be practicing different things, but however, the way you wake up in the morning, right? So many a times we set alarm to wake up. What happens? We set alarm in the smartphones. What happens in the morning when the alarm rings? Is everyone there? Right? What happens when the alarm rings?
Agitated, anxious.
Absolutely. We generally what we do? We switch on the snooze button. And then again, the snooze after 10 minutes. And then jump out of the bed. Right? So now, my humble suggestion to you is, once you wake up, the good night's sleep. And I call this as a death with breath. After the good night's sleep, you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, right? Don't jump out of the bed. It's not good for your brain. Just you are aware that you are alive today, and think of 3 people who made a difference in your life. Think of 3 people who made a difference in your life and say a word of gratitude to them lying down in the bed. Think of 3 people who made a difference in your life as you were growing up until today, and say a word of gratitude to those 3 people, and be fully aware that you are awake. And then slowly stretch yourself on the bed. Wow. Your body and mind starts connecting. And then slowly sit aside and say a word of prayer to the belief system that you have part of your life. Right? Whoever you believe, the Supreme Being, say a word of prayer to that Supreme Being and say, oh, thank you so much for giving me this day. And I am grateful to be alive today. And there you see, your happiness starts, your joy starts, you feel more positive. And then many of us have a habit of switching on the mobile first thing in the morning. I mean, it will be switched on, but the moment we wake up, this baby comes in our hand, and we go to all the social media, and this messages and images, the messages and images corrupt our minds first thing in the morning. My humble suggestion to you is stay away from this device for at least 30 to 45 minutes in the morning. Stay away from this device. 30 to 45 minutes, you'll see a sea of difference the way your day is going to start. Right? So then you slowly, go and see the nature. If you don't see nature outside your apartment or home, grow a few plants at home and admire the nature. And then go about your washroom initiatives, other course. Right? But my humble suggestion is, please stay away from this device for the first 45 minutes of your day. When you wake up, you will find more happiness and joy as you are going towards your university or college or your workplace. Right? Because after finishing your washroom initiatives, how many of you do exercise in the morning? How many of you do exercise in the morning? I don't want an answer. Think about it. Many of you would say, I don't have time. I don't have time. Every one of us have 24 hours in our hand. You don't have to hit the gym for 2 hours in the morning, avoiding your classes and your workplace. Just 15 minutes to half an hour of brisk walking or whatever you like, you do it. Oxygenate your body. Get more oxygen into your body. And that is a stress reliever. And it gives you a lot of, push. And it gives you a lot of strength. It gives you a lot of energy to start the day. Right? And the third thing that I wanted to connect with you is okay, we will move to the second C. This falls into the second C part. All right. The first C is connect. How well do you connect with yourself? Empowers you to connect with others, your college mates, your faculty members, your managers, your leaders, and leaders connecting with their team members. And it goes with a smile. And smile encourages motivation and productivity. And it opens up for a very positive place, and you learn a lot, you be happy and joyful. So first to see connect, under which I have given you a couple of tips. whichever suits you, whichever you have been already doing, it's good to go. I'm sharing my experience. All right. Second C is communicate. How well do you communicate? It is not about the communication with others. This is again starts with you. This again starts with yourself. How well do you communicate when you wake up in the morning? When you wake up in the morning, all of us go and stand in front of the mirror, right? We stand in front of the mirror. And you know what? Surprisingly, let me share you one of the research shows, a controlled group research done around the globe shows that 70 to 80% of people, 70 to 80% of people around the globe, when they first thing in the morning, when they stand in front of the mirror, they stand like this, today also, they look at their sad face and think about family problem, boss problem, faculty problem, all kinds of problem only comes to their mind. Now, imagine if this is your communication, internal communication is going to happen on a daily basis. Now, think about the quality of communication that you will have externally. Think about the quality of communication that you will have externally. Think about it. You should understand that everyone on the screen today, you're the most beautiful and happy or most handsome person in your own way. In your own way, you're the most beautiful and handsome person in your own way. You see your reflection in front of the mirror. Why don't you smile at yourself? Why don't we smile at ourselves and tell to yourself, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I am abundant, I'm going to have a great day today. This is the communication, this kind of communication. If you start your day with looking at the mirror, speak to yourself, and we call this as, please note down, the way to joyful and happy life is about self-affirmations, self-positive affirmations that you could do in the morning to start your day. Nobody can create unhappiness to us. It all starts with us. And I'm giving you some tips as to how you can communicate to yourself. When you do that positive communications to yourself, you feel happy, you feel confident, and you're confident to communicate to your faculty members, asking them meaningful questions. You are confident to communicate to your bosses, asking them meaningful questions, and you get meaningful, informed answers, which facilitate your productivity and learning capabilities. Isn't it? So, self-affirmations is a way to communicate internally, and then go to your education space, your work space, and any space, social space. You get the confidence to communicate with people, and you are able to connect better, communicate better with people. Now, when it comes to communication, let me give you an external communication. Let me give you a small framework. Okay, I will type that in the chat box. It's called CSI framework. CSI framework. Please make a note of it. This is for your external communication with your peers, with your faculty members, with your bosses, with your peers at workplace, and with your team members. CSI, each letter has got a word. All right. Each letter has got single word. Each letter has got a single word. So can anyone type in the chat box as to what could be that C? That C, letter C, alphabet C. Connect, okay. All right. Let me give you a clue. Let me give you a clue. The clue is Lace chips. Now what that C would be? Wonderful. I get a lot of, typing in the chat boxes coming by. Wonderful. Great. Thank you. Now I'm giving you a clue. Lace chips. L-A-Y-S. Lace chips. Potato chips. Have you had? Now convert that clue into the C. What could that be? I will give you the second letter. Crisp. Jainab. Jainab. Give him a very big hand. Wherever you are sitting, give a big hand to Jainab. Crisp. Ajit Kumar. Right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Crisp. What do we mean by crisp? What do we mean by crisp when it comes to communicating with people? Right? Wonderful. You're welcome, Jainab. What do we mean by crisp? Crisp in communication.
Saying what
Short
is
and
needed.
sweet. Wonderful. Alagammai?
Yes, sir.
To the point, short and sweet. Wonderful. You're all right. You're all very right. Let me also give you the A, B, C of crisp. A, B, C of crisp. Now in school, we know A for? I know what you're saying. A for apple. Fundamentals are very strong. But here, this A is something different. All right. So the ABC of crisp is, the A stands for what I have written in the chat box, which is called accurate. Accurate means what? Accurate means what? Few of you type in or speak up. Speak confidently. By now, you should have gained that confidence, right? Right? It takes time. It is not an overnight thing. Slowly, you can develop it. And most of your students and you are the future leaders of this nation. All right? Accurate. What does that mean? Accurate. Come on, people. Speak.
With data. With data.
With data. Give up right on the money, Chandrasekhar. You deserve a big round of applause.
Thank you, sir.
With data. Right with the data. Maybe your faculty is asking you, when will you submit this assignment? As soon as possible, madam. ASAP. At the earliest. End of the day. Tomorrow. And same thing happens at workplace also. When will you submit this report? As soon as possible. At the earliest, sir. EOD. Now they have got EOBD in workplace. It's called end of business day. EOD is end of day. Right? So these are all irritating factors to the other person. This is not with data. This is not with writing with data or speaking with the data. You should be in a position to say, hey, I will give this report latest by 4 p.m. today. If you're in the college or university, you should be able to be in a position to say, I will submit this assignment latest by 4 p.m. today. Right? So you are the subject matter expert. You are in a position to tell the other person as to what is the timeline that you will submit this assignment. Anything for that matter. I'm just giving you an example. Speaking with data, listen to me very carefully, mark my words. Speaking with data, writing with data increases your credibility and respect in the workplace as well as in your classroom or in your college. It increases your respect and credibility. Remember that. Now, everyone, agree with me? Is it doable? If it is doable, right? Come on. I mean, chat box, right? Yeah, doable. Is it doable? Come on, I need quick, full. All right, doable. Okay, yes. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Some people are trying to write, I guess. Right. I'm happy that I've got quite a few responses. Thank you so much. Now, that is about the A part, accurate part. Speak with the data, write with the data. The B part is, what could that be? B for? Wonderful. Alagamai. We'll start today. Right. Super. B stands for, let me tell you, B stands for being brief. Being brief. You being brief. See, being brief is also dangerous because, you know, what is brief to me may not be brief to you. Right? If I happen to come in this evening today and say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to brief you all the whole evening briefing. You will get scared, right? Now, here briefing also is measurable. Please make a note of it. There are 3 steps to it. First step is tell them what you want to tell them. Tell them what you want to tell them. That is, we call this as big picture. We call this as big picture. Big picture is what? What do we mean by big picture? Now, any of you working in an organization, tell me a subject, or any of you studying in the college, give me a subject on the chat box. Give me a subject. One from the workplace, one from the university side. Give me a subject. Food technology, super. Now, ma'am, you are going to your faculty and you are going to say, hey, ma'am, I would like to understand little better about this food technology, this particular specific food technology. What is that? The second step, that is the big picture. The second step that you would give, commercial law. All right. So these are all kind of a financial management. Wonderful. Great. This is the big picture you go with. Or when you're making a presentation, or this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about commercial law today. Under commercial law, this is the picture that I'm going to give. So the second step after the big picture is the bullet points. You know, we call it as bullet pointers. Now, bullet points should not cross more than 3 to 5 pointers. Number 1 leads to number 2. Number 2 leads to number 3. Number 3 leads to number 4. Number 4 leads to number 5. It should be in a sequence. And it should be a beautiful story. You know, every one of us loves stories, isn't it? Right? So your big picture are leading to bullet points, which is a story about what you want to talk. And people are sitting at the edge of the seat to listen to you. Wow. It makes sense to me. And the final thing in being brief is the summary. Now that we have discussed the 5 critical things in this food technology, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, your whole audience or one-on-one conversation, it applies to any number of people that you communicate. These are the 3 steps where in 5 to 10 minutes, you can send a message across, or in the given time that you can send this message across to your audience. It could be a singular person, or it could be a multiple people, or it could be a large audience. Right? Now, these are the 3 steps. One is big picture, bullets, and summary. Please make a note of it. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Is it doable? Type doable in the chat box, please. Quickly. If it is not doable, ask me questions. Wonderful. Super. You see how these things could make you more credible, respectful, and you feel happy in communicating. You felt happy in connecting with you and then connecting with people. And connecting with people, it's a larger subject we will discuss in a workshop. And communicating with yourself, self-affirmations with positivity and external communication. We have come to the C part, and in C part, we have covered A, accurate, B, brevity, that is brief, and C. What is C? In ABC,
Clarity.
clear, clarity, wonderful. Alagamai, and absolutely, right. Chandrasekhar, you deserve a big round of applause. Let's give them a big round of applause wherever you are. Clap your
Thank you
hands
so much,
this
sir.
way. When you clap your hands this way 180 times every day, 180 times, it's equivalent to walking 3 kilometers. However, those who are walking, don't stop walking. Right? I know you will be smiling at wherever you are, right? Super. And C is clarity, clear. Now, let me understand from a couple of you or few of you, why we fail to ask for clarity. Be it a faculty member or be it a boss. Why do we fail to ask for clarity? Why do we fail? What could be the possible reasons we fail to ask for clarity? For example, let me tell you, Dr. Aarti is my boss. She calls me. She calls me and says, Justin, this has to be done, done. She briefs me. And I also, like, okay, ma'am. And I accept whatever she said. But you know what? I have not understood anything of what she told me. But I have nodded my head for everything what she told me. Now, here comes Sonali saying at times we may have insecurities and fear of being judged for lack of understanding. Super. She deserves a big round of applause. The fear factor stops us from asking for clarity. You know what happens? The result is we go in a different direction, and finally we lose our credibility and lose our happiness, lose our joy at college and also at workplace. So have a, leaders promote approachability, and team members have the confidence to ask for clarity. You can always tell, Aarti, I have understood the first part of what you spoke to me. I need support in the second part of what you said, what you're talking. Right? It makes a lot of sense, isn't it? Yes, no. If it is yes, type yes. Self-doubt, wonderful, 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 wonderful. So fear, eliminate this fear factor. Then you will encourage yourself to ask for clarity, and there won't be any butterflies in the stomach. You will feel happy. You'll smile. And even there is a challenge, you will smile and embrace the challenge. Because that is not a problem for you. You are facing with a challenge. Embrace, you will have confidence to embrace challenges and execute it. Right? So, second thing, why people fail to ask for clarity. Let me give you an example. Now, everybody can see this?
The paper's blurred, sir. If you can take it. A little
Okay.
behind. Yeah, I.
I. Everybody together unmute and shout. What do you see? Everybody unmute and shout.
It's I, sir.
It's I, sir.
I.
I. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great. Now, can you see this?
True.
Chandrasekhar? What did you say?
Roman letter 2.
Roman letter 2. Somebody is saying 2I.
Maybe.
2I. Because they said this is I and this becomes
2I.
2I. Now, the reason why I gave this example is none of us asked a question whether it is I or 1.
Yes.
Right?
We presume.
See, the faculty expectation from you is Roman letter 1. Now, your understanding is, oh, they want I, so I will give I. Similarly, the customer expectation in an organization is Roman letter 1. Here, the team assumes that it's I. Sometimes the deliverables may not match. You see, the deliverables may not match. So we need to get out of this assumption trap. See, I will type the word assume. Can you see the word assume in my chat box? Now let me split that word. Can you see that splitted word? Now, assumption traps are a little dangerous. I don't want to mince words. It basically, you make an ass of you and me. That's what the word constitutes of. However, I have a medicine for you, for that also. I have a medicine called SAP. SAP. Have you heard of SAP? Small company, big company?
Big company.
Yeah.
Big company.
Wonderful. However, I am not talking about any company here. I am talking about S stands for stop. Nillu, kelu, ask. Stop, nil. Ask, kelu. Third, proceed, absolutely. Munbu sell. Right? Stop, ask, and proceed is very important. Right? This will minimize your assumption traps. When you are in doubt, always ask your faculty. When you are in doubt, ask your bosses straight away. Your customers straight away. This will, reduce your embarrassing situations and it will minimize. I'm not saying that it's going to completely eliminate the situation. It will minimize it. So clarity, being clarity, eliminate fear, eliminate assumption traps. You'll feel happy. Wow. You feel light. You don't feel heavy. Sometimes during the day, have you felt due to some conversations, we feel heavy? We feel demotivated. These things you can avoid by following these small tips that I'm giving you today. Is it doable? Type doable or not doable? Wonderful. I'm getting some people hands-on with their keyboards. Superb, superb. And now let's come to the ABC is over. Accurate, brief, and clarity. And then comes the C is over. Crisp is over. Crisp is equal to ABC. S stands for structure. Before going for any communication, for you to have your communication complete, please do your homework. Please do your homework and then go to the person that you want to communicate and make your communication complete. Otherwise, many a times we make a phone call, we finish the phone call and finally like, oh, I forgot to say this, call again. So how many repeat emails, repeat phone calls, repeat meetings? We can avoid that when you have a structure. The I part, CSI, I part, make your conversations interesting. Interesting. Make your conversations interesting. You know, it should be a learning experience for the other person. It should be a learning experience. It should, oh, wow. I just had a 5-minute conversation with this person, but it enlightened me in a couple of areas. Wow. I learned something new. Right? So make your conversations interesting. And you should bear that smile on your face. Don't lose your smile on your face. We live life only once. All right? In my 53 years of life, when I look back, 53 years of life, look back, it's quite colorful. However, there are few gray areas also there. It's like a coin, positive and negative, but 80-20, 80 should be positive, 20 should be, we are human being, imperfect human being. We have to face those challenges. All right. So use this CSI in terms of your external communication for you to be confident and happy in whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing. All right. And the third C, connect is over, communicate is over in a small way. I've given you a small way. And the third C is collaborate.
Collaborate.
Collaborate. Super, Chandrasekhar. Collaboration. You know, see the complete body, head to toe. Can you imagine how many people are working in this organization? Head to toe. If you look inside, outside, internal, external, if you count how many people are members of this organization, that is you. More than 1 trillion people are working for this organization. Trillion. Today evening at 6:30, one fellow inside here said, I am not coming today. Will you all be here? Will I be here? Where will be? We might be in a hospital or some other place. Isn't it? Right? So look at the collaboration in our own body. Internally, they are collaborating. When they don't collaborate, we end up in a hospital. Or we end up in a graveyard. It depends on the kind of collaboration that is missing. Isn't it? If this body can collaborate so beautifully, and I want you to collaborate, you know, with your mind and body, and then externally collaborate. Externally talk to people, connect with people, communicate with people. And that's where I do a lot of team building activities for leadership teams, as well as the organizations, institutions. So one of my signature program is one team, one goal, one direction. Right? So I bring in the collaboration in teams and I conduct that as an intervention over a period of 3 months. Because in one day you cannot collaborate or 2 days you cannot collaborate. That sustenance of collaboration needs to be there. Isn't it? So collaboration is about the technique in which we connect with people, communicate with people, and work as a team. This is where joy and happiness starts with you, and it happens in your professional life and in your personal life and in your social life. Right? And let me also, Dr. Aarti also introduced about me before taking questions. This is what I wanted to communicate with you today. Before taking questions, let me tell you, my name is Justin Babu. You can call me Joyful Justin. And there are plenty of memorable moments in my life so far. One I would like to share with you is, in the year 2005, February 2nd, my daughter Tanya Michelle was born on my birthday. Right? And it
Wow.
was normal delivery. Right? And after that, they don't celebrate my birthday. And my hobbies are cooking, love cooking, trekking, driving, traveling. Of course, my personal and professional travel has taken me to almost close to 36 countries. And I'm also an author of a book called Joyful and Happy Workplaces, which was released in 2020. And major hobby is standing in front of you or in the screen. I would love to stand in front of an audience, live audience. However, this is also a great opportunity to meet you all. And I've addressed almost close to 365 organizations across various industries across the globe. And my parents belong to a place called Kanyakumari district and 2 coastal villages. After the marriage, they moved to a place called Madurai. So I was born, brought up and spoiled in Madurai. And for the last 18 years, I live out of Namma Bengaluru. So living here for the last 18 years, and I travel out of this place to various, and I often come to Coimbatore for companies for leadership. Couple of programs that I do is leadership service excellence programs for the mid-level to senior level people. And at the same time, one team, one goal, one direction program, a team building program, and a couple of adventurous framework, which I use is fire walk. I make people walk on fire. And broken glass walk. Basically, it's 100% safe. Basically, to help people to come out of the limiting beliefs. You know, we all have limiting beliefs. Oh, this is, I cannot do it. I may not be able to do it. Just to get them out of the limiting beliefs to do everything is possible. Impossible transforms into I am possible. All right. So the mantra today that I shared with you, the major one is connect, communicate, collaborate. You will find happiness in your university college. You will find happiness in your personal life. You will find happiness at workplace. You will find happiness in society. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chandrasekhar, yes, certainly we will meet. Yes, we will meet. Certainly we can meet.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And you can take my coordinates from Vidya madam, and she has my number, my email. You can always take it from her and connect with me. And I'm always there to help. My only vision and mission in life is to crafting joyful and happy lives and workplaces. Vidya,
So
any questions, please?
Mr. Chandrasekhar, you were about to say something. Please go ahead.
yeah. I'm a good friend of Sugandhan, so I'll take your connection from Sugandhan, sir.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chandrasekhar. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's very,
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
If there are no questions, I want few people to say how was the experience the last 50 minutes. You can unmute and speak about your experience. How was it? Was it useful? Couple of them. I would like to listen to a couple of you from the corporate world as well as the student body.
So if I may go first, I like your demeanor. It was like, you were very enthusiastic and you made us smile, and the way you brought things out. Usually our students are very quiet when it comes to interaction, but today you made a lot of people talk. So it was a great session. Thank you so much. And anybody has any questions, please go ahead. You can put it in the chat or unmute yourself and ask
You
it.
can put it in the chat also if you are unable to speak.
So good evening, sir. This is Aragamai. I'm really glad to communicate with you. I have a doubt, sir. Like in the workplace, when we are like shining, doing something rightly, some people are very demeaning. So how to handle such situations and like be positive all the time?
Absolutely. Wonderful question. You deserve a big round of applause. And it happens to many, many intelligent and brilliant people who do a good work at workplace. All right. So first and foremost is to just ignore and you just focus on, never get demotivated, continue with the good work. And some of my bosses in my life, first 15 years of my life, starting from 1990, first 15 years I worked in the corporate world. I had a couple of bosses who would hide my good work and take credit for my work. They will take credits. Absolutely. I will never get demotivated. How long can somebody cover up our work? How long can somebody demean our work? You continue doing your work. And at the same time, there's one more thing goes parallel to this is, Alagamai, never, ever expect appreciation. If at all you get appreciation, welcome it with, embrace it. Thank you very much. Could you please tell me a little bit more about it? Right?
Thank you so much for telling, sir.
Never expect appreciation. Ignore those people. Keep up your good work. I tell you, my bosses who stopped me and took credits for my work, at one point, I became the senior vice president and they were reporting into me.
That's fantastic, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Because your credibility and respect matters also. It is visible to the organization at the end of the day. Aragame, hope I have communicated. And
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You're really
you're
fantastic.
welcome. You're welcome. Wishing you all the very best. And how do you deal with unhappy situations? Sri Lakshmi, can you give me an example? Because situation is a broad term. Sri Lakshmi, if you are there, if you are willing to speak, you can, speak in any language you prefer.
So, like in workplaces, we do a work and somebody else will take the credit for it. So, these kind of situations will like continuously demotivate us, no? So, does the autonomy really matters? Like these things will make us unhappy, unmotivated, and all these things. So, how will we deal with it?
So, exactly, it is so close to the question that Alagamai had also mentioned. Sri Lakshmi, one best thing, initially I was also, let me tell you, as human beings, we all get demotivated by these situations. Like at one point, I realized when I was a young boy in my early 20s, when I started my career, I realized by demotivating myself, who's suffering? I'm suffering.
Done to speak you.
Right?
Somebody,
So Sri Lakshmi, what I would recommend is you just ignore and you just focus on, if you have done a real good job for the day, how you can appreciate yourself. You can appreciate yourself not by only patting your back. Go and eat something you like for the day, or go buy a pair of clothing for yourself. You have done a great job. Nobody need to appreciate you. You appreciate yourself. The world is cruel. Today you tell somebody, sir, I have done this today. So what? Yeah, what happened to the other things? We live in a cruel world. So it is important that we maintain our mental health. And we please do not expect from others. If some people are supporting you, you are, you need to be grateful for that. You need to be thankful for that. If they are not supporting, just ignore and do good work and connect with them, communicate with them on a daily basis professionally. You don't need their friendship. You don't need their this thing. Professional relationship, maintain it. Keep doing good work. That's happiness for you. Why we make ourselves unhappy? We don't have to make ourselves unhappy. Just give it a thought why they are coming, from where they are coming. Think about it. Take the good things, leave out the rest of the things, and keep moving forward. Never look back. Keep moving forward in your life, professionally or education-wise, or whatever it is, whatever the situation may be, Sri Lakshmi.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. That was really a nice answer.
All right. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. How can I recover myself from politics at workplace? It is inevitable, Alagamai.
Yes. Yes.
It is
True.
inevitable.
True.
All that you need to do is you need to imagine that you are in a large ocean swimming along with the sharks.
Sure. Very
Right?
true.
You need to smile at the shark, understand the mood of the shark, and
Go on.
move on.
Move
Move on.
on.
Take the good
True.
things. If the shark is misbehaving, go have a one-on-one with the shark. Hey, I feel this way when you do this. Second time it happens, go one-on-one. Talk to the shark at the office place. Tell them it is getting repeated. Please, I'm not happy with this. Third time, give it a third chance.
Escalate.
Fourth time, inform that person and escalate it.
Escalate.
Simple. Once
Thank
I
you
was
so
moved out
much.
of my boss's team and I was made as his boss. Because communication is the key. And polite communication. One-on-one, 3 times chances, fourth time, inform that person and escalate. Whoever it may be.
I'll remember this forever. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Alagamai. Right. All the very best.
Justin sir, I have one suggestion. Escalate in black and white
Absolutely. With data.
with data. Just
Thank
by WhatsApp or over phone and all will not stand.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chandrasekhar. Thank you, people,
Fantastic.
for a wonderful, I really appreciate the most of you, responded and very interactive. And thanks for the questions, and hope to meet you all sometime in Coimbatore in somewhere, someplace, because I travel to Coimbatore quite often.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll definitely will meet.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And any other questions, you can always write to Vidya madam, and she can also pass it to me, and I can send the answers in the future.
So if you can share your coordinates in the chat.
I will share. I will share. I will
Yes.
share. I will share. This is my number: 9900019655. Is my number. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my only number forever. I have not changed for the last so many years. And my mail ID. And you can connect with me, Justin Babu, coach, crafting workplace happiness. Joyful and happy workplaces. Justin Babu, crafting joyful and happy workplaces. If you type in Google, you can connect with me on the social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Justin Babu, crafting joyful and happy workplaces. Right. This is my coordinates.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime you're welcome to connect with me. If I did not pick up your call, I will return your call. If I did not reply to your email, it will take a couple of days' time. Maybe I'm traveling or so.
Any more questions, participants? Sir, I forgot to introduce you to Dr. Aarti. I didn't mention that she is the Dean of Vinashalingam School for Higher Education for Women.
I'm
Oh,
the
wonderful.
HOD of MBA.
Sorry, Dr. HOD. And she's a very dynamic personality, and she's very interested in a lot of subjects. And she and Dr. Chitramani, who's the dean, they constantly motivate the students there to do their best. I've seen it personally, and I really appreciate that in them.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Dr. Aarti, anytime, because I also do a lot of work for faculties, faculty development initiatives at the same time, help student bodies. And 80% of my work is with the corporate world and 20% of my time spent, I dedicate this time for the institutions.
Okay.
Right.
So we look forward to host you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
May I now request Ms. Neha to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. I'm Sneha, first MBA from Avinashlingham Department of Business Administration. Very happy to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion of 466th Monday Musings. On behalf of Office Bearers of CMA, faculty members, and students, I extend my profound thanks for the chief guest, Mr. Justin Babu, trainer and motivational speaker who has made this evening very meaningful. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the guest for gracing this event with his esteemed presence and for sharing valuable insights on the topic, crafting joyful and happy workplaces. Thank you, sir, for throwing the light in our lives by sharing 3 dimensions of life and also about CCC, connect, communicate, and collaborate. I was really oxygenating and stimulating our thought process. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to President Dr. Varadarajan sir, Vice President Dr. Nityanandan Devarajan sir, Secretary Dr. Ravindran sir, and other office bearers present for creating such opportunities to shape ourselves. A special thanks to Coimbatore Management Association for planning and executing this event flawlessly. I thank all the faculty members and student participants for your active participation. Without your presence, this event would have been possible. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this wonderful event, and we look forward for your continued support in the future events. Thank you all.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you all, and thank you CMA office bearers, Vidya, Aarti. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you all the
Bye-bye.
participants.
God bless.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Have a beautiful week, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.